Now we're going up. I'm making these darker than I normally would, just so that you can see. So we're not even going to see the top of the wall when we get forward here in our space. Alrighty, so Kathy did say that our window was like 2 feet 5 inches. Let's just say it's 2 feet 6 inches, okay? If this is 1 foot into the space, this is 2 feet, and I'm just going to eyeball this and say that's 2.5. All right? I'm going to take a guide, and if the ceiling is 9, we probably have that as a 8-foot window. Let's just pretend it's 8 feet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to take our window up to 8 feet, right?
Okay.
And how wide is it?
2.5 feet? Or 2 feet?
2 feet?
It's 2 feet, yeah.
So if this is the one end, this is 1 foot, this is 2 feet. Right?
Yes.
So now I'm going right up to my 8-foot measure. And I'm going to darken this so that I can really see this. Now what's nice about getting your whole grid finished, which we haven't done on the other side yet, is to get your grid finished, then lay trace on top of your grid, because as you start adding elements and guides, it tends to get a little bit, I believe this window is actually about 6 inches off finished floor. Either 6 inches or a foot. So I'm going to bring up our window. And I'm going to bring up our window. And then if I use our vanishing point, use the bottom of our window. So now we've created this window, but it doesn't look very three-dimensional, does it? See, I could take this and erase all these guides to make it a little bit more open. So now I have to go in there and think about how that molding and that trim would be. So if I just eyeball this a little bit with my vanishing point, I can give it some depth. Better?
Mm-hmm.
And so you wouldn't see the molding from this perspective, just in that way.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have enough, I think, here to draw our countertop. So if I wanted a vanity countertop along the back of this wall, I would say, how tall do I want this countertop? And as a designer, nothing is standard for us because we're, you know. So if a typical vanity countertop is, you know, say around 30 inches, we'll just draw that at, now if you had a vessel and it was quite tall, you'd sort of have to take that into consideration. So you might lower the countertop so your vessel's sitting on top. But what we'll just draw it at 30 inches, 2.5 feet, 1, 2.5. So that would be the back line of our countertop, right?
Right.
So I draw that line across, but now I need to bring out and find the whole edge of it, correct?
Yeah.
So if I'm doing that, I come to my floor level. I like to just count on the floor. And say I want to keep this easy and make it, well, it really doesn't matter. Say I want to make it 18, 20 inches deep. So if 18 is 1.5 feet, and I find the half mark, I just sort of eyeball it and make it a little bit larger. Right?
Right.
You're following me?
Yes.
Okay. So now I just make a little guide, go up. All right. But now when I go up, I want to go 2.5 feet. 1, 2.5. Or I know that it's this height, so if I go through my vanishing point and this back line, it's going to give me the same measurement.
Okay.
Clever, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Now, again, I've got this point, even though I don't have a grid over here. I can take this to my vanishing point and sort of draw a guide out there. And because I know that's coming out that far, I'll just take my T-square, bring it up to my point, and draw it across. And so now I've got my countertop. Straight. Now if I want to maybe put some feet on this, let me darken this side. Say I want to have the vanity or a toe kick up maybe 4 inches, 6 inches, 4 inches. I could just eyeball that, come up. And here's my floor. So I can create a little foot on this cabinet if I want to make it a little custom floating cabinet. And to give it that three-dimensional on the leg, I just find my vanishing point. So here's my little leg.
I see.
Something's not lining up here. And that's how easy it is to get off with this. Because I hand sketched this in. That's better. So I could put another little foot down here.